Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet, but I get on my Polish trails, but just kidding. I have this very heavy on my heart to make a difference and help spread education for pregnancy and birth, because there is really such a lack of education and lack of help for families when they are going through their pregnancy and birth and preparing for becoming a family. So God put some breadcrumbs in my life and led me up to where I am now, and I am so thankful to all the people who have guided me as well to where I am now. I wouldn't be here without any of that. I'm going to start from the beginning, where I was barely 22. I was not married to my now husband. We were living in New Mexico. It was a surprise, of course. I was pregnant, and I quite frankly became depressed because I was disappointed with where I was in life. We weren't in the best of terms. We were engaged, but it's the circumstances, and I wasn't financially stable or anything. I was still trying to try new careers and everything. I graduated from college and whatnot, but I was still figuring out life, We kind of up and rooted to Georgia, and my sister was having her first, we were having our first, so that's how we ended up there. But when I found out I was pregnant, and I had told my girlfriend who was in New Mexico, she was a doula, and I was terrified, and I was just being honest with her. She said, hold on, let me, if you don't mind, show you the peaceful and calm side of pregnancy and birth, if that's what you want. And so I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I didn't even think that was a thing. So she showed me some documentaries and resources so I can further self-educate myself. And that will only go so far, because you don't know everything about the situation, you're still learning and whatnot. That's why classes are the most beneficial, because they are professionals, as am I, who try to cover every single subject possible and answer any questions. So we get to Georgia, and I purposely find a provider who is still in practice of breech delivery, and that was C-Baby Midwifery, or Dr. Boots Taylor. He is internationally known for his twin in breech delivery, so I was very excited to be able to have them behind me. I didn't really take care of myself well once we moved to Georgia. I didn't work out at all. We didn't have any money to go to a gym. We were on property, but I basically just made the excuse to not work out at all. Literally, I would do like squats and walk around our 2.5 acres. But anyways, I became very swollen, very achy, and just not happy. I went into labor, or my birth, on an early Sunday morning. Not early, but it was like, brunch time. And let my family know my contractions got to about 2.5 minutes apart, and everyone's like, oh my God, you gotta go to the hospital. You gotta get to the hospital. Like, get your stuff together and go to the hospital. And I'm like, all right. We drive like 50 minutes to the hospital, get there, and there's like the excitement just drops, because the treatment of the staff, and they check me, and I'm not anywhere near a facing, or thinning and opening. I was thinning, but I wasn't opening or dilating. And go back home. I can't sleep because I'm like stressing out now. We drive back again a couple hours later in the middle of the night. And so, it's the middle of the night by now, so it's been like 12 hours. And we go back, and a nurse checks me, and she's like, you're only 1.5 centimeters or whatever, you're not anywhere close. And I said, oh, I thought I was getting close. And she's like, you'll know you're ready when you have no joy left in your life. I'm sorry, did you just say that to me and I'm in labor with my first baby that I'm very excited about, and you just say that as if it's not, you know, not a big deal? The nerve of people when you're pregnant, that they feel the right to say whatever to you, and it's absurd. It's absurd. But I had a 47-hour labor with my daughter, my first. At about 25 hours, I requested my midwife. She was incredible, and the whole staff of the midwifery was incredible. They were just very loving, very understanding, and they made sure that they did not step on your toes. And she waited until I requested the epidural. The gentleman who came in to give me the epidural fought with me for like 5 minutes unnecessarily on whether or not I could have a drink of water or not, because I was gagging, my throat was so dry, and I was dehydrated. Move past that. When you think about it, if you do a workout, you make sure that you have sufficient nutrition and hydration before and after. So I don't understand why it is so abnormal for people to want to eat and drink before and after their birth, because it takes a lot of energy. And I found myself that the reason for that is a long while ago, there was a mother who was sufficiently overweight, and she ate before her anesthesia. She got anesthesia. She had a bad reaction to the anesthesia, threw up while she was on her back. They could not physically turn her over, so she therefore passed away. That is why that policy is in effect today. Moving past that again, I was taking off the epidural. I could feel everything, changed my position. It was freaking awesome. My midwife wheeled over a mirror so that I could breathe and watch when I was crowning, and it was amazing. I didn't get the ring of fire. I just breathed through it, and I did push because, again, I was being told to push and didn't really need to. It was just tiring me out when I didn't need to tire myself out anymore. But it ended up being a beautiful experience, and I am very fortunate that I did have the people behind me, because 47 hours I would have been pushed for a C-section, because that's too long in a hospital. They usually start to tap their watches after 24 hours. Fast forward to my son. I got pregnant. We were in Pennsylvania. Got our plan to move back out to New Mexico. I worked out, ate healthy, and meditated and did self-development every single day with my second pregnancy, because I knew I needed to be different with how I took care of myself and mentally prepare myself. Moved back out to New Mexico at 36 weeks, give or take. Got my appointment with the midwifery that I wanted to be at in the first place with my first pregnancy, and as soon as I could, I checked out the Hypnobirthing Mongan Method book, read it and practiced it for 3.5-4 weeks. So self-taught, okay. I made sure I really knew and remembered one breathing technique, the mindset, literally there's so much that goes into it, and the education that you learn from hypnobirthing classes is mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So you should really look into them. But back to my son. This was my second baby, okay? So a lot of people say, you'll know, oh, well, now you know. That wasn't the case for me. It was crazy, because I thought that it was just Braxton Hicks or practice labor. We went to lunch, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna practice, so don't mind me. I'm like, if I stop what I'm doing, I'm just practicing my breathing, my meditation basically, and my deep relaxation. And that's what I was doing all day. And then I was like, these are pretty consistent. They're pretty consistent, and they like feel like they might be something. So I called my doula, and she's like, well, you know what, girl? Get in the tub, drink some water, and if it goes away, then you know it's just Braxton Hicks, because you know this could really be false labor. And so I got in the tub, and it didn't go away. It didn't go, you know, I drank water and like walked around and everything. It didn't go away. So it supposedly was true surges. And so I called the midwife, and she's like, it'll be a while. I sat down and was eating dinner, and made sure in between each, whenever I was eating and felt a surge, I made sure to get down and put my elbows on the chair with my belly hanging, and put my rear up a little bit higher and let my belly hang, so I gave my uterus and the baby optimal space and ability to do whatever it needed to do. And in breathing, you are supplying optimal blood flow and oxygen and the timing of all the chemical releases, which you would learn all that in the classes. And I was eating, and one of the times I stood up from breathing on my hands and knees, my water broke and soaked my sweatpants. So I was like, whoa, oh my God, it happened, because my water didn't break with my daughter. It broke when I gave birth to her. I was like, well, I guess this is it. I guess this is it. And they became way more strong in the sense that it was almost more involuntary at that point. So I really felt what my body was doing and where my body was going. So I knew that it was going to be fast. It felt fast. It was amazing. So we grabbed my stuff. I sat in the chair while everyone was gathering their things, and I sat and just made sure to meditate. And we left, and even in the van on the way over, I got on all fours and I was praising. I was thanking God, and I was thankful for my beautiful experience through my pregnancy, the beautiful experience that I was having in my birth. And your mindset goes a long way, guys. It really makes a difference, and you'll learn all about that in the class. Got there, so my son was less than 2 hours, and when I was in the water tub, my husband was holding my head and I was floating, and in between my surges I was in euphoria. I mean, basically the whole time I was in euphoria. I was literally thanking everyone around me for being so loving and so kind and so respectful, and just taking care of me and letting me have the most incredible experience I've ever had. And the picture that you see on the website of me holding my son, I was so surprised and just amazed that I actually did it. I actually did it. I had the doubt in my mind the day before, that everything happened because of my previous experience, the 47 hours of exhausting, crazy pain. And I was like, am I gonna really be able to do this? And it happened. It happened. It was beautiful. My point of all this is that there's no need that families should feel alone or disrespected or not loved, abandoned, clueless. It's just not any feeling that any family or mother should have in such a precious moment in her life. Thank you for watching my video. I know I got cut off at an awkward point, but my kids were getting into a scuffle. But yeah, so look into the birthing classes. You learn an incredible amount of information that not only applies to your pregnancy and birth, but that is valuable and beneficial for the rest of your life. So look into the classes. You can go on hypnobirthing.com to find a practitioner near you. But if you do take the classes and it changes your entire experience and perspective, please reach out to me and let me know. Tell me what your experience was. And if you have any questions or, just want me to help out with anything. But I love you all and have a beautiful, blessed day. All right, bye.